Women don't share resources. They just don't. Where if I make a bunch of money, I'll gladly build a home and, you know, have children with you, whatever. Just don't be a whore. It's in a woman's psyche and nature to want a better man. That's why we're with him in the first place. He was an actor, he had status, everything else. But let's switch it around. Let's say you are the actress, he was a nobody. Would you give him a chance?
Nope. Hell no.
Nope.
And that is why men need to be better than women. Right there.
Look at your face. Look at your face.
Every man has to be an entrepreneur to date you, and I can't just have a great job at Walmart.
Yeah, you gotta get up and be happy. You better be the you better strive for the general manager position.
So a man has to be in a managerial position to date you.
Only because how we gonna afford the stuff we want? Walmart ain't gonna pay the rent.
My job at Walmart pays me $48,000 a year. Is that not enough to love you?
Yeah, you can still love me, but I just honestly I'm gonna go for my type off the rip. So
Your type is at the apartment. I had to let her talk that bullshit, gentlemen. Excuse me, ladies. Newsflash. I don't have to be rich if you ain't rich. If that's the case, goddamn it, show me your bankroll. I'm tired of these women with champagne taste, with Kool-Aid money. Now, if you ain't in the top 1% percentile of goddamn niggas in the world, then how the fuck you expect me to be there? See, a real woman gonna grow with me. A real woman gonna take that nigga from Walmart and goddamn stack his bread up, and we gonna goddamn open a boutique or whatever and goddamn build together. But now y'all want the nigga that's already, guess what about that nigga? He cheap. So, next time you goddamn want to motherfucking think of a man to marry, you might want to look at Walmart because there's some hard-working men that'll build with your ass. Because guess what? Half of y'all ain't got y'all shit together either. Back to the apartments with that delusional shit.
48,000 isn't enough. 75,000 isn't enough. 200,000 isn't enough. Every time I look away for a second and come back to see what's going on, the price just keeps getting higher and higher. And when questions are brought up in an attempt to get these women to realize inflation has gotten out of control, the constant justification is that they, as a class, are making more money than they ever have before. You'll see women in cheap suits hopping on podcast after podcast, talking about college stats and changes in the workforce, but with all lies and cons, all you need to do is follow the money trail to get the real answers.
You say that you don't have to work for the rest of your life. Like, what's stopping you from stopping and just putting all your time into
honestly,
raising your child? That's what I mean.
To be honest, I love money, and me and my dad had this talk. It would be stupid for me to shut down my business.
Oh, your dad's in favor?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my dad was
wants
like,
you to do
I said that you've made a lot of money and you need to keep going. I said I can shut it down. He goes, that would be the most ridiculous
What?
thing to do.
Didn't you say you didn't care about money? Like, all you care about is having a happy family?
Yeah, I do, but I love
I
money
don't
at the
get
same
it.
time.
I don't
You
get
have
it.
money to
Talk to me
live.
unless you're rich.
Yeah, don't talk to me unless you have 100,000.
That made no sense.
I'm 29 years old.
Right.
You gonna do what you want to do, and I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Right.
Period.
So you want to be a man?
No, it's
Pay
not
my
that.
bills.
It's not that. I can pay my own bills.
No, pay mine.
I can pay yours too.
Exactly. I want you to. No, that's what I'm talking about. See, no. That's the whole difference. See, your money is for you. My money is for us. That's the difference that women don't understand. These boss ass chicks that all goddamn think they the shit. At no point in time do women use their goddamn money to feed a goddamn man's family. You dig what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is that when my check comes in, I am busting it down with you, your kids, my kids, everybody else. When your check comes in, you busting it down for however the hell you want to. That's the difference between us. Your money is for you, my money is for us. So how can you sit there and try to do the things that I do when you don't pay the shit that I pay? Because at the end of the day, if I met your ass at the KFC goddamn drive-thru and that was assing and that face was facing, I would say, come on, baby, get up out that drive-thru, get your ass in this Bentley, we going home. But goddamn it, if you saw me in that same KFC drive-thru and you in your Benz right, you got outside, you wouldn't look my way nor know my name. And that's the difference. That's why men do what men do and girls do what girls do. But that's the way God created them.
Good God, you gotta love that mute button. Guys, when the government started telling women that it was time to saturate the labor market, providing incentives to companies to hire 300 TikTokers to HR, they really thought they did something. But the only thing they achieved was splitting the pie with a demographic that only understands the art of self-serving. And even though most institutions are realizing these decisions have led to cataclysmic failure, they're in too deep. To admit that they were wrong to lie about female success would be to admit that they were idiots. So now they pump billions of dollars into a machine that tries to twist the narrative to explain why, even with a massive boost, women still manage to fall flat on their faces. It's a battle they've been fighting for a decade, with opinion segments like Why Do Women Fail? By Carol Dweck and Rochelle Simmons, to try and understand what men already know.
Here we go again.
Before we go further with the video, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to J1 who shared, there's a difference between being educated and being smart. And that is a perfect comment with today's topic, so thank you for sharing that. So don't forget to reach out to my email to claim your $5. As always, guys, I'll be picking one comment from each video. It could be the funniest, the most liked, or just the one that stuck out to me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Be sure to hit that like and sub button too, as that helps out a lot. And also, guys, we got a backup channel now linked in the description. I'll be posting similar stuff there too, so subscribe to that just in case. Link is right below. Now back to the video.
Embrace your masculinity.
Judith was an overachiever with a problem. A college freshman, she loved psychology but was determined to get straight A's. When she only got B's, she was despondent and left the field entirely. As we wrestle with the question of how women achieve success, we've spilled more ink on whether women believe in themselves and not enough on what happens when women fail.
I can answer that.
Success is not just about taking a seat at the proverbial table. It requires adopting the belief that if you say the wrong thing or do poorly initially, you will bounce back and try again. Confidence is impossible when you interpret failure as a pronouncement about your own potential.
Oh, pretentious much?
To hear the headlines tell it, girls are the undisputed leaders in American classrooms. They have higher GPAs than boys and attend colleges and graduate schools in greater numbers. In part, this is because girls excel at the self-discipline required of students. Indeed, if life were one long grade school, girls would rule the world.
Yeah, right. We'll see if that's true.
Since you popped your balloon, spell owl. Like owl 3, spell it.
Huh?
Owl 3, spell it. Like owl?
A-S-I-L-E?
No. Can't be popping my balloon and you can't spell owl. Why not?
You just want to find a reason to try to make me look dumb, because you're not my type.
I don't want to make you look bad or nothing, but not knowing how to spell owl is
without
crazy.
having to know to spell owl. So with a scholarship, so I'm good on that.
With a scholarship
Yeah,
and not
I'm
knowing
good.
how to spell owl is crazy.
But what seems to serve girls so well in the routinized world of school undermines them as they enter the unpredictable and challenge-ridden world of young adulthood. Earlier this year, Harvard University professor Claudia Golden found that women were dropping out of undergraduate economics courses when they failed to score A's. They are missing out on a highly rewarding profession. Meanwhile, their male counterparts stuck with the major, apparently weathering lackluster GPAs for an anticipated payoff down the road. Nice try, CNN. Nice try. Carol, Rochelle, or Rachel, or whatever, you gave the first punch your all, but you're off to a horrible start. I can already see where this message is heading. Women would be so much more successful if they just accepted less than perfection. They would all be doctors, lawyers, construction leaders, and all-out warriors if they just learned that accepting B's and C's was part of the game. The major problem with this theory is that you have replaced the obvious with a claim that chicks are just perfectionists. So let me clear the air for you. Ladies, the mortal enemy of all modern women that you seem to leave out here is adversity. They've been handed everything in their lives on a silver platter, so when it's time to face a struggle or have humility, they fold.
I just got fired from my job for being sick. I got hired on March 7th. Somehow I got sick during my interview and I brought home a virus. Told them I wasn't gonna be there. I finally get my training done and I'm in the classroom and I get a stomach bug. This is like a week and a half after I got over the cold. At this point, I'm pissing out my ass. So I told them I can't come to work. I'm on the toilet. After the stomach bug, I caught a head cold. And these were like back to back to back. There was literally a couple of days in between each of these sicknesses. I have a head cold now and I have a fever. Can't go to work. In between all of this, me getting sick, I had 2 court hearings that I had to be there for. That should have been excused. I finally get over the head cold and I get a fucking chest cold, which I have right now. So then on Tuesday, I called out because I had a fever. I was really fucking sick. I get called to go to fucking HR's office and she fucking terminates me for my attendance.
I want to fire her for this video. Anyway, I'm not saying that people have to go to work sick. What I am saying is that nobody has a string of nonsensical symptoms like this, especially men who just got a brand new opportunity. Again, Ladies, it's not the quest for perfection that's making women fail. If that were the case, they would try and stick it out through the quarter or semester. They would do their best to turn things around, but that's not what we see. Instead, we see women constantly buckling under pressure they were never designed to handle, yet you insist on trying to make sense of it in your own dumb way.
Here we go.
One of us had studied the psychology of failure for over 30 years. One of us has studied girls and adolescence. We both observe that women are keenly sensitive to critical feedback and failure. Why? People can adopt one of two mindsets about their abilities. Those with a fixed mindset believe their basic intelligence cannot be improved. They interpret a challenge, like, say, an introductory economics course, as a sign that they simply don't have the ability. They may then opt for a safer path.
Biologically, yes.
By contrast, people with a growth mindset think their abilities can be improved with effort, strategy, and mentoring. Drawn to challenge, they persist despite setbacks or even because of setbacks. Are girls and women more likely to have a fixed mindset? Maybe. In one study, 5th grade students were given a task to learn that intentionally confused them at first. It was the girls who were derailed by the confusion and unable to learn the material. Notably, the highest IQ girls struggled the most.
Oh, come on.
Mindset can be traced to the types of praise we receive from parents and teachers. Celebrating a child's intelligence can instill a fixed mindset. The child becomes determined to prove how smart she is rather than learn from a task that might initially involve failure. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. When feminists can't figure out why women continue to fail in the workplace, they always tend to look away from nature and focus on nurture. In other words, it's not the girl's fault that she can't handle the heat, it's the kitchen's fault for using ovens and stoves. Ladies, literally everything in the classroom at this point is designed for female success. Boys are squirming in their cold seats and given little time to move. Recess has eliminated horseplay, and even the curriculum these teachers have is oriented towards feminine activities like arts and crafts or colorful activities with glitter and whatever else. There's very little in the Western educational system left that supports men, and they still manage to perform better without the ridiculous majors women earn for existing down the line. The only thing you're right about is that this institution has become a safe space for women at the expense of masculine development, making women more coddled than they ever have been in history. The struggle is self-inflicted because it encourages the worst aspects of feminine behavior.
Do you think that if the roles could be reversed, a woman was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go and work my off every day so that you can stay home with the kids. Do you think that that's a better or worse deal for them?
Yeah, he doesn't have to work.
No, hang on. So it's a better deal for you because you don't have to work.
I think the point is that it's equally beneficial and that
it's not equally beneficial.
I think it is, and I think that whoever the stay-at-home partner is who's investing in the kids often goes underappreciated, which I think is her point. And that's what she's trying to bring
awareness to. No, I don't think they're underappreciated. I think that there's an overemphasis put on them over the working father. And that the truth is that the working father is the one who enables all this to begin with and is giving the greatest gift in the world to a mother, which is those first 5 years, you know they're not coming back. You never get them again. You already miss your 3-year-old. You had the great gift of being there for that entire spread of time.
Yes.
And it's like, what does he get? Nothing. You get all sorts of subsidies for daycare too?
No.
Yep.
Husband, he knew what it was up front.
Right.
He ended up going broke. I have expectations. When you don't meet my expectations, I move the hell on.
You left your husband because he went through a little financial struggle.
And did.
At any point in time, did you feel that love should have kept you there?
I feel like he didn't love me because if he did, he wouldn't have went through a financial struggle. A man that loves a woman don't go through hard times.
This is on you, CNN, and this is on the ladies that wrote this garbage thinking they really did something. At the start, you point out the obvious, that women have been hindered by developing a mindset that doesn't accept criticism that well. But your solution, to give women more masculine duties and obligations, doesn't solve the issue here. Women, historically, even in more masculine classroom environments, still underperform because their nature to consume and self-serve is pre-installed. This is really just another attempt to have your cake and eat it too, and that goes for grade school, college, the workforce, and Western marriages. You want the masculine system, but whenever you get into the masculine system, as we've all seen in the past few decades, you immediately complain about how it's not aptly feminized. You start kicking up dust and demanding whatever fits your present wants at any given time. Good Lord. Let's see what else is wrong here. Starting in infancy, parents tend to give boys more process praise, an advantage that results in a greater desire for challenge and a growth mindset later on. In the classroom, teachers give boys more process feedback, inviting them to try new strategies or work harder after a mistake. As a result, boys learn to see challenges and setbacks as things they can tackle with the right plan.
Well, it works for them.
Girls, perhaps seen as well-motivated already, are given fewer messages to try harder or again. They are left to wonder whether their challenges reflect something deeper about their ability. Boys also learn to cope with criticism through sheer volume. Teachers call out boys 8 times more often than girls. Boys are more likely to misbehave, be messy, and speak out of turn. Girls, by contrast, are more compliant, so when they are criticized, it feels more serious.
That makes 0 sense.
The story continues on the playground, where boys one-up each other during games, thickening their skin in the face of playful insults. When a conflict arises, boys debate the rules to reach a solution. By contrast, girls are much more genteel. We are prone to hiding negative feelings to preserve relationships, and often abandon games altogether rather than work through a conflict.
It's human nature.
When adolescence strikes, girls face pressure not only to be nice and hardworking, but well-liked, thin, selfless, and sexually desirable. Their self-esteem plummets. Teenage girls are less likely to identify as brave than boys and say they are under significantly more pressure. And there you have it. See, ladies, you answered your own problem, but I seriously doubt that you'll seek out the proper solution. You literally just said it yourself, women are incapable of handling the pressure. So the way you solve this is to apply more pressure? Do you honestly think that bringing identity politics into classrooms and trying to make the educational system even more female-friendly is going to change anything? The fact is that even with a tailored feminist climate, women still aren't outperforming men in school or the workplace. If the Western world were more objective, this would be a clear sign to everyone that the experiment just hasn't worked. All they've created is a mob of women who have no idea who they are, but are constantly told that they're better in every single way. The product is a new demographic dominated by confused narcissists. Excellent job, y'all.
I really like my fucking, I just want to be around. They gotta do something. But I set up for fucking ice cream.
Some ice cream.
Okay, and then we got the medium, which is in the middle.
The small is ice cream, medium is what?
Okay, so Texas Roadhouse is my favorite restaurant.
Texas who?
Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
It's my favorite restaurant.
All right.
So that's in the that's in the middle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I kind of might not want to go with you, but it's cool because we finna go to my favorite restaurant. So you know what I'm saying? We can vibe about that.
Okay.
Okay, then we got the third package. The third package, I don't like you at all.
Okay.
Okay, so I really don't want to go with you.
Right.
But you want to go with me.
Okay.
So I'm finna charge you an arm and a leg to go.
You gonna charge him an arm and a leg?
Yes.
What you mean like charge him?
I'm gonna charge him for the date.
You mean like he gotta pay you to go to the date?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. They be okay with... Wait.
I did it in my head. Delusional. Delulu lane. The fuck you look like? If you don't like me, just say no, nigga. The fuck? Your ass at the pop me. The hell you talking about? Goddamn, if you don't like the man, just don't go. Why you gonna charge a nigga to goddamn take your ass out on a date that he is interested? See, this is how girls get kidnapped and shit. See, this is what happens. This is what happens at the Diddy party. Keep on fucking with these niggas' emotions and shit. Tell this man you don't like him, and then move it the fuck on. But by the time I done spent $3,000-$4,000 on that ass, I'm gonna want some goddamn reciprocation. Delusional.
No coochie coming with that at all. With the band. He ain't getting...
That's a whole different product.
That's a whole nother...
Okay, see what I'm saying?
What was the biggest lie you were told?
It's not that simple.
Why not?
No, that's the biggest lie I was in. It's not that simple. It's a lie they tell you over and over again.
What's not simple?
Any of it. All of it. It's how they get you to give up. They say it's not that simple, babe.
So what's the truth?
That it is.
Perhaps the worst part about reading these stories, where women try and dissect and complicate matters further, is that the solution they're seeking is a simple one. In a masculine world, we all know who we are, what is expected of us, and the roles that we are eventually meant to play. The sooner everyone understands that, the better. And if you made it to the end of this video, I want to say I appreciate you greatly. So don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment to have a chance to win, and hit that subscribe button for daily videos. And if you could take a quick sec to subscribe to the second channel, Man Guide Reacts, link is down below in the description so we can be sure that our message will keep on reaching the new men out there. I appreciate all the support, y'all.